Welcome to KD Custom Woodworking. I'm Kevin Dunphy. We got a good one today. This is about polishing concrete countertop on site and a failure of epoxy. Yes, failure. It's not the cure-all everybody thinks it is. Here's a close-up of it. It kind of looks bleak. It looks pretty drabby. No polished rocks, just kind of a black, gray, and streaky. And we were able to take it up there. It was actually customer prepped it. But when he got down to the other end, the UVs hit it up front here and broke down the epoxy, which could just flake right up like nothing. Down at the other end was a little stronger, but still, at the end of the day, it was actually destroyed by the epoxy. We'll show you why in a moment. All right, I was hired for this job to bring this concrete to life. They used an epoxy right here, and it's all letting go, but they didn't know how to polish. If I could show you over here. Right down there. It's all, like, see how it's all texture? So, but the nice thing is it's a massive countertop. So I'm away from the house, and he was persistent. They waited for me, and now I got to bring this thing to life. The next day, I did this section, and diversifiers coming up. They have hairline cracks here. I put extra diversifier in here, and you can see all the calcium and all the good stuff coming up. This seals it. This really helps out the concrete. So I'm hoping to blend that in and look a little more natural. The rest of it turned out really nice. I'm very happy. So now I got to take this stuff off. It's like epoxy, but this is the thing with epoxies, over time, they break down. It's like, becomes like plastic. And, people go epoxy this, epoxy that. Be careful of the epoxy you use. These guys didn't know what they were doing. They just let it run. They thought it'd be like self-leveling, walk away, and now look at this. If they had spent the effort, the money they spent on epoxy, and learn how to polish a bit, I wouldn't be here. So I gotta go like this. It's cleaner, but it's long. So I'm just taking here. I'm just getting what I found with this. Just get that there. This already wore down with the concrete. Kind of adds a nice little point, eh? I'm gonna go 3. I'm at 2, 1. Now I'm going at a higher speed. Let's see. If you get the cutoff tool, always buy the most expensive one. This one's more expensive, has 3 speeds. And right about now, that extra speed is coming in handy. These are one of these stupid tools. You think you're not going to use it, but believe me, we're renovating and you're going to use it. I'm not sure if I brought blades with me. I didn't think this was going to work. That's good, Christine. Here it is. The first layer at 100. You can see it's all done. The only thing I did, I guess, I wasn't being very smart. I got to come back, and we're just filling it with grout. That's it. I'm using 2 colors, and what I like about using 2 colors, it doesn't become so staticky, so I don't get a blob. And you can see we really got some of the rocks out. The customer was really happy about it, so they're happy, I'm happy. And this was the hard part. I got a little bit in there. When I take the 200, I'm going to fade it, let this dry along here. And this was a real wrestling match here. It was hard. The only thing I didn't do smart here is I could take this one, either take the cabinet out or the top out, or whatever they did. They got like a piece of plywood under there. So I'm going to take that outside. That's the end of mine here. This is stupid to even try it here. I couldn't get a really good job in those corners. And that's the big thing. When you got corners here, they're always the hardest. I haven't been taking many videos in this project, mainly because, the customers are actually paying us by the hour. So I'm not, right now I'm on my lunch hour. So I've sanded the edges. They were rough. They let epoxy go down to hide all the defects, and they put all this filler here. And they were, I guess, anyways, I think we got decent. I'm going to fill that. Now, here's that little section where we filled, and I just did 200 just to see. Here's our discs. I'm going to start now with the 200, 400, 800. I can go 4 if I want to go 5 and 1. If I'm not feeling it, then make sure I get a good polish. But as it stands right now, I want to go the 800. Then I want to do 1,000. I'm going to stay away from the 500, but that could change. And it looks like crap, huh? Like a lot of times they don't understand the process. You can see here, they kind of, somebody scraped a bit here, and you can see with the dye, it's like, oh my God, what do you do? I'm on the last pass now. I'm up to 1,500, and you can see the aggregate, like how beautiful it is. And that's the beauty of the concrete. Now, ready for the sealer after this. And this has been a big haul, this job, Got my lovely assistant down there, just basically keeping it clean because we're inside a house. The client's happy. I was stressing out doing this. This is all filler here. That's the grout. All that. It was so tore up, it wasn't even funny, So now it looks natural. So with the polisher, I don't have anything attached to it here. Just so easy right now, just like this. And that's it. It's just a little hard to handle one hand, showing the camera. So I got my last section in there, and I got to pull out the other one. All right. I have this sealer, and I'm using ShemGuard, which is a floor sealer. It's a beautiful, beautiful product to go in here. The thing with that machine, you can look here, look at the finish we have right now. I discussed with the client before, but when you come next day, the first sealer doesn't look so good. The edges don't look so good. This was damaged almost beyond repair. Now look at it. So they gone for a walk and said, well, should you put filler or should you do this? And I said, you know what, leave this. And I try to promise less and deliver more. It costs them a lot of time in all this, so I'm just putting the sealer here on the edge, like this. And this is kind of like my second coat, so I'm kind of just being careful. This wouldn't stick to the ceramic or anything. This is like a water. It's more of a chemical reaction with the concrete. I came up with this sealer because for years I used all this crap, and there's all these concrete specialty places that had it, but they were all like kind of like tropical. They were crappy sealers, you know. And I really just want this. This just brings it out, and it can be polished. This sealer too. We're not going to polish it. He has concrete wax that he's going to do, and that's kind of like the end of my contract. You know, and I told him to, they have issues or whatever, like this hairline crack, I couldn't get it out, right? You know, the other one faded a bit, so once we put a finish, that's the only thing I'm really, you know, there's nothing you could do. When you're up this close into your eye, no. Maybe on a floor you could, you know, put a little dye or something, but as the concrete ages, the dye is going to stick out with a sore thumb. But I never would have guessed that epoxy would have taken chunks of the concrete. I would never have guessed. So, with that said, we're going back to the old house. Took a little time there. This job helped pay a few bills. They were kind of stuck. They didn't have anybody they could call that knew how to work concrete. And they called me. And now we're done, and we tried to put everything back there. We look at the stove cabinet now. I took that out. Now it's nice and clean. I got pushed for that. I was going to take it to the shop. I was a chicken because I didn't want to do it. And I was told otherwise. Do it here. So now and I'll leave the customer. He was watching me yesterday, and I leave him sealer. But when he puts the concrete wax on, it'll be amazing. It'll pop. I'm going to give one more coat on here before I leave. Now, just work that in the cracks. See the little hairline? Look, I couldn't get this, you know? And that's another one. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to come by. I'm going to show you one sec. I want to hide these cracks. I can't physically hide them. What I mean by that is I can't dye them and make that look perfect. That's a line. It's just one of those things. But what I can do is put a finish on top that you'll never see it. All right. So I'm going to go here. Right across the crack. Just ever so slightly. What I'm making sure is that there's no hairline gap. This is where really it takes patience. Because every little step, if you skip one, it'll come back and haunt you. I'm very happy with that machine. Like there's, you know. So that's it.